Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Mr. Hino with Mr. Hino's LEGO Robotics. Today's video is going to be about doing an FLL mission with the right attachment for something that needs to be dropped off. So if you guys remember last year's Animal Allies, this bee needed to get dropped off onto this house. The honey comes out. You get points for that, and you can bring it back to base if you want. I've been just watching my students try this mission, and there's some mistakes they're making, and in this video I hope to maybe correct that for those of you that again are trying to drop something off. The first mistake I see my students making is they're using attachments like this where there's a bend in the attachment where they're actually putting the bee on, and they're just getting super frustrated because when they try to release it, this tubing right here hits these bends, and it just makes it really hard to have something get dropped off. So my philosophy is use the smallest piece you can where you can still hold it, and try to have as least amount of surface tension as you can. So I'd rather have this thing hanging on this axle right here than trying to put it on something here that bends and have it try to get released somehow. I also see my students making a mistake with their program. The medium motor loves to rush your program. Sometimes it will actually, the backup might happen before your medium motor actually completed its mission. So in the program, I usually like to put just weight blocks before certain tasks just to make sure it completes the task before the next one starts. And I know what you're saying. I know in FLL we don't have a ton of time to wait, but in this case here, we want to make sure it waits before another, block activates, just because the program likes to go through each block super fast, and sometimes it will back up before this medium motor can actually drop it. So let me go ahead and let you take a look at the program, and then we'll come back and see how this works. Hey everybody, I am on my LEGO Mindstorms software here. So I've already pre-built the program for you, but I'll walk you through it in case you need to see where everything goes. Here is my move tank block. It's just that fourth block right there. I don't want that bee to fall off, so I'm going to set it at 30. 50 would be fine probably too, but it's 2014 degrees to that bee house. I'm going to you can set that for 1 if you want, but I just want this weight block to happen so this medium motor has a chance to just activate. Sometimes this might activate before I actually want it to stop. Sometimes too, whatever you're carrying might be swinging, and this just gives it a chance to stop. There's my medium motor, -15, so I want it to drop. Look how long that is. That's 0.1 of a second there, or 1/10 of a second. So that's how quick that will take. I have this again, and you can mess with the time, but I have another weight block right before this backs up. Sometimes this might back up before this actually had a chance to stop. So that's why I'll put a weight block in there. And if you're wondering, the weight block is in your flow control, and it's that block right there. And so, if you're in a hurry, you mess with the times, and you don't have to make it as long as I do. But that's the program that will get this bee, hopefully, to land on top of the house and drop the honey. And then we'll come back to base. So let's go ahead and see this in action at the board. All right, everybody, welcome back to the table here. You've seen the program. Now let's go ahead and see this in action. The bee is back on here. We do want to make sure it stays on there. I know what some of you might be thinking, the smaller the piece, the harder it might be to stay on. So we want to make sure we have it at the right angle that it does stay on. And let me go ahead and walk and talk you through this program. So there's the forward. That should take us straight to the bee house. There's the stop. Then we're going to drop this. Okay, the honey came out, bee is on the house, and we are back in base. So it's one of those things again where, okay, that was pretty good. That's one of those things where we just experiment. You know, these pieces are too hard for something to come off with. We just go with something smaller. So there's all I did again. It just makes it easier for whatever you're grabbing onto to release it. So that's just something to keep in mind as you guys might do an FLL mission where you have to release something like that, to just make it simple for whatever you're carrying to come off. We'll see if my students see this video and kind of change from going from something like this to something a little simpler. All right, guys. I am Mr. Hino from Mr. Hino's Lego Robotics. I am out.